reconciliation. Dan, besides the fact that the president seems less keen on SALT today than previously, what is your take on what he said and where this is headed? Knowing that they're trying to vote at 1 a.m. tonight, in rules, and they seem to have the vote in rules, so it's now a floor fight. Just give us your sense of what the president said and where we are.
Yeah, I mean, I think he wants points on the board. He wants the vote. He wants it to get through. He wants the process to keep going. And I think, look, to the Freedom Caucus, it's not their party anymore. It's Trump's party. He doesn't believe in debt and deficit whatsoever, despite his statement just now to the contrary. And I thought it was interesting that he basically is going to walk into that room and tell the SALT caucus to kind of cut the you-know-what. It's time to go. So it sounds like he's going to tell both sides, like, no more.
Right.
And they're going to press ahead, and we'll see, what they both do. I think it'll pass. No one's going to really go to war with him and MAGA, and onward we march.
So Larry, basically saying, SALT, you're done negotiating. More cuts, you're done negotiating. The bill's basically where it is, although he said might be some tweaks. What's your sense of where we are?
Sure seems that way. This morning, I interviewed Ralph Norman, one of the Freedom Caucus, and yesterday, Andy Harris, the chairman of the Freedom Caucus. Neither of them would commit to the vote. They think it still needs help in terms of more cuts. And I asked them both about SALT, and they echoed what President Trump just said. But I don't know if you caught this, but Trump said something that I haven't heard him say about SALT. He invoked Reagan.
Yeah.
He said Reagan tried to do this. And by the way, you know how he knows that is because when they did pass this in 2017, Paul Ryan engineered it as Speaker of the House, and he was a big Reagan devotee. I'm pretty sure that was a message that Ryan had at the time. And the whole idea of Reagan-style tax plans is simpler, fairer. And the message, two messages came out to me. First, his opening message, which was, it's been driving me nuts, Mark and Dan, that they keep calling it a big, beautiful bill, big, beautiful bill. I know it's cute and it's fun, but they should be calling this a tax cut. Republicans are great at selling tax cuts, and this is Trump's promised tax cut. But he also said, we're going to do this tax cut, and if we don't, everyone's taxes get increased automatically. That's the message. That's the binary choice.
That's the forcing mechanism and the hammer. The problem is, of course, the tax cuts don't actually expire till the end of the year. So there's no urgency to make sure to renew the tax cuts, and they're going to have to.
And they don't pay for themselves whatsoever. And
that's a whole other issue, Mr. Bookkeeper. Let me just play you one thing. This is Representative, is it pronounced Ogles? Ogles, right? Congressman Ogles, talking to television host Matt Gaetz on OAN last night. 103, please.
Do you expect the president on Capitol Hill tomorrow to get involved to push this bill?
Yeah, I think so. I think you're going to see the squeeze come. We're relaying to the president that, look, we want to pass your big, beautiful bill. We want to make the tax cuts permanent. We want to signal to the bond markets and the stock market that, hey, we got this. That being said, we have to fix some of the things in it that are broken.
So, Larry, compared to, say, pre-tariff, what was that called? Restoration Day, Independence Day? Liberation Day. Pre-Liberation Day, how would you compare the president's sway now as compared to back then? In other words, of the events of his international trip, the impact of tariffs, et cetera, has it increased his sway or decreased it?
I think it's increased it. First of all, he noted, and he certainly will in the caucus meeting, that the market is actually stronger today than it was when he took office. The bounce back over the last couple of weeks is going to help him. He also did mention to the press just now about, hey, listen, I went to the Middle East. I brought money back to the country. Those guys all treated me with respect. Don't you stand in the way and disrespect me. For God's sake, I got oil sheiks with turbans on their heads to work with me more than you congressmen from South Carolina. You know, that's how he's going to try to put the pressure on today. And I think he does actually have quite a bit of sway. I know that the tax cuts won't get canceled until the end of the year, but they want to get something in right now so that the effects go in before the midterms. That's what they're trying to circle. And if they keep delaying and pushing this back, then even if they do get a bill passed, the American people aren't going to feel it until too close to Election Day in 26.
And they passed nothing else this year.
Yeah.
So like, this is it, right? Like they are shoving all the eggs into the basket. So, I think he still has power, because at the end of the day, for 95% of them, the question is your primary. And if Trump lines up opposite you with the entire MAGA universe, very few of them can stand in the way. The only ones who may have a shot are the moderates from those blue districts, again, over SALT, where their constituents would say amen, because if this doesn't pass, we get all of SALT back. So, I mean, I think I've always said this. He's going to roll the Freedom Caucus. He doesn't believe in debt and deficits, and he's just going to tell them to be quiet. The other thing to remember is, and I think Trump will say this, what they do is kind of irrelevant because it's going to go to the Senate, and the Senate is going to make a whole bunch of changes. This bill is going to come back in their lap. So to try to make it perfect, to send it across the Capitol where they're going to completely change it, and then it's going to come back, I think they're just going to say, we've always said this, it's another step in the road, approve it, and we'll, fine tune your problems later.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody think, well, let's just play for it all. What day will the House final passage be of this version, not the bounce back from the Senate, but what day will they pass this bill, Larry?
When's the rules meeting again?
1 a.m. The next 1 a.m. You want to call that Tuesday night or Wednesday morning, but 1 a.m.
I say by the end of the week, they actually wrestle this through.
Larry, I'm asking for a day of the week, not some vagary.
Friday.
Dan.
Thursday.
The correct answer is Saturday night. Saturday night is the answer we were looking for. All right.
So like Friday night, Saturday morning, or you mean like actual
Saturday night. When you're having a hot toddy, they're going to pass it.
That was a delicious video experience. I think you'll agree. Now, what you need to do in return for getting to enjoy that is hit the subscribe button, be part of the two-way community, never miss a thing.